all you beautiful people out there. I am Mrs. Realistic, and I thank you for joining me today. I have another Struggle Jennings song, and the suggestion I was given was to check out A Cry for Help with his daughter Brianna Harness. So without further ado, let's check it out.
Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help.
Beautiful.
Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help.
I hear you loud and clear. I'm a patriot and I'm a patriarch, but I'm a father first and I'ma play that part. Gonna stand for mine and never bow or buckle there for anybody that ever get in trouble. Yeah, storm is brewing, I can see them clouds, hear the children crying, baby clearing loud. Shine a light on shadows, I'ma clear them out. Don't wanna hear the truth, you better hear them now, before it hits home and it's too close to deny the facts that you've been running from. I made it through hell just to show and tell all the lost ones where I've been coming from. My number one is my household and my family, always been my saving grace. There's a war right now and it's taking place, and you bite your tongue so you saving face. I'ma yell it loud, this my battle cry on this battlefield. I'll take my consequence, yeah, it's common sense. When it's good and evil, you can't ride the fence, that's some coward shit. I'll take them hits and I'll throw them blows, I'll lose it all to save their innocence. I'll deliver this with some diligence, cause your ignorance makes us different.
Save me, I can't save myself. Save me, this is my cry for help. Save me, I can't save myself.
Oh, this is awful. This is like a parent's worst nightmare. This has always been my absolute most terrifying thought that could ever happen to my children. I remember when my second daughter was born and my first daughter was just 3, and we had a good friend of hers. We lived in a townhouse and they were right across the laneway from us, and she used to run over and play at her house, and I would stand there and talk to the mom and stuff like that. And one day I was downstairs with my brand new newborn daughter, her little sister, and she was just starting to fall asleep in my arms, and my eldest daughter came up to me and said she was going to run across the street to her friend Amy's house. And so me, kind of mid-wake, mid-sleep, exhausted, just kind of nodded and said okay. And about 5 minutes later, I kind of snapped out of it, and I realized that it was the middle of the day, it was a school day, and that her friend Amy wouldn't be home. So I rushed out the door to go and tell her to come back inside and that we'd go play later. The mom said she wasn't there. And so she said, I'll hold the baby while you go. She's probably down at the playground, which was maybe 2 houses away. I ran down, she wasn't there. And then all of a sudden, everything went cold. Everything went silent. There were no noises. There were no birds singing. There was nothing. And I was in this like void of terror. And I thought, oh my God, somebody got her. And so I'm running through the townhouse screaming for her. And then I see this lady walking up to me, and she said, is your daughter the one with the little dress-up dress? And I said, yes. And she said, well, I just walked her back to her house. She said, it's the house with the silver car. And so I ran up to her, and of course I just lost it. Don't you ever do that again. And so she's crying and I'm crying, and that was the most terrifying moment of my life, which felt like it took a year, but it was probably a matter of 5 minutes. And so I see things like this and I just think, you know, you can never go back and say, I should have, I would have, I could have. Once your baby's gone, you might never see them again. So I'm a little bit helicopter parenty as is my husband, because I don't ever want to say I should have. So there's my long-winded story for you. But anyway, it just made me think of that this is something that no parent should ever have to go through.
I can't save myself. Save me. This is my cry for help.
I hear you loud and clear. Took the blindfold off of these blurry eyes. Gonna be a horror story where the scary dies. Angels fly with their guns out, causing hell of fire when Mother Mary cries. I heard the lies, but I seen the truth. They gonna silence you if you bring the proof. They gon' call you crazy when you call them out. They try to box us in, but we can box them out. Don't dare ask me what I'm talking about. If you ain't listened yet, then you'll never hear it. We gon' pray to God and we gon' stand up. Got an army here, I know the devil fear. Yeah, the future's clear when you know the past. And that train is coming and it's rolling fast. Gotta fix the path that's on a broken track. There's no time for us to be holding back. Now we need some leaders to wake up the sleepers. Make believers out of non-believers. Let freedom of speech ring through the speakers. Take the filthy rich to the cleaners. Shine our light, baby, high beamers. Don't let sex crimes be a misdemeanor. Protect these babies from these sickening creatures. I refuse to sit and watch from the bleachers.
Save me. I can't save myself. Save me. This is my cry for help. Save me. I can't save myself. Save me. This is my cry for help.
Man, this is heavy. I don't know who that violinist was, but it's probably one of my favorite instruments. That was a nice little addition. I know that he's probably speaking about more than just child abduction in this song. He's talking about protecting our children in general, and how, you know, the government is making that harder and harder to do if your children are part of the system. Things that are being taught to them at much too early of an age. Basically, the schools and the government making the decision for you on what they think your children should know, which is and should be always up to the parent. The main point of it, once again, is protecting the innocence of children. And that is something that I know I speak about that a lot, but one of the main reasons why we homeschool our kids is because we want the decision to be up to us on how our children find out about certain things and the kind of things that they learn. And I think that many children today are much too worldly at much too young an age. And my kids are kids, and I let my kids be kids. I can't imagine the devastation of losing a child in this way. And I think that's probably why I'm overly cautious. But my kids can look back and go, man, my mom sure did hover over me, but they'll be there to say that. Oh, this is a heavy song.
Save me. I can't save myself. Save me. This is my cry for help. Save me. I can't save myself. Save me. This is my cry for help. Save me.
In 2019, there were 421,394 reports for missing children. Gosh. That's over 400,000 parents who don't know where their children are. I absolutely can't imagine that kind of torture to your soul. Like his daughter said, save me, I can't save myself. That's our job as adults, as parents, to save these children. Not only is there, how do I word it, internet issues that they somehow don't seem to be able to solve, but the child exploitation and child trafficking with our border issues and children coming over with people who are not their biological family. DNA is proving that they're not even related to these children. So it's our job as responsible citizens to speak out against this and to stand up to this. This is a heavy, heavy song. Brianna has a beautiful voice. What a lucky girl to have a father who is so strong to speak out and to be a wonderful addition to the human race in general. Man, I gotta go listen to something that's happy now. This was super heavy. But once again, I thank you for joining me on this journey of mine. And as I always say, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.